It's now 4 in the morning. I usually get up around 5 to take care of our son. Then he wakes me up. But today I put on an alarm to 4 o'clock just to get up and do something completely different that I need to do to be a better person, I think. This is one of my absolute most favorite fishing spots. I mean, just look at the reflection on the water. It's so calm. And I'm sharing the lake with 2 swans that is very active over there. Sneaking up this early in the morning feels like a cheat code to life. You get these extra hours in the morning when no one else is awake. And it's so completely quiet out here. I love it. It's not actually about catching any fish, if I have to be completely honest. Just getting some me time, being out in nature, getting some sun in your face in the morning. It's absolutely amazing. But I do want to catch some fish, because Christine's parents are visiting right now, and they jokedly? Yeah, they joked with me at the dinner table last night, since they knew that I'm so tired. Since they knew that I was gonna go out to fish, they were like, "Oh, so we shouldn't prepare any dinner for tomorrow or lunch. You'll bring some fish, right?" So now I really want to prove them wrong. And actually bring something home. That would be nice, but otherwise this is just totally worth it. I don't need more than this. Sometimes it's nice to do it alone. I also enjoy doing it with friends, but it's not that many friends of mine that want to get up at 4 in the morning and get out here. And they also have normal jobs and not a made-up job like a YouTuber, just they can control my own schedule. I've been here for a few hours now. Still no fish, so I have to admit defeat, I think. Also getting insanely hungry. I did the biggest rookie mistake ever. I didn't pack any snacks, anything. No fruit, no nothing. And I haven't had breakfast yet either, so my stomach is just rumbling. I think it's best to head home, even though it was a very, very beautiful start to the day. I know I said I was on my way home, but I found this lake. And I just couldn't resist to a few more throws. And then I caught this little guy. So. When it comes to my morning routines, since becoming a dad about 4 weeks ago now, most of my usual morning routines have just flown straight out the window. But there are still 2 things I stick with no matter what, and that is my meditation and my vitamins. So I start every single morning with these. They are a really good multivitamin from Ritual. The reason I specifically chose Ritual is because I genuinely trust and like their product. And that's because they are very transparent and they really do obsess over their quality. which is a good thing for me as a perfectionist, because I would never put anything on my body or in my body that I don't completely trust. Even though we live a simple life here in the cabin, it's still a very busy life that is demanding a lot from our bodies. And even though we eat really healthy, vitamins are a perfect way to support the body. I have a very active lifestyle here in the forest, with everything from cutting firewood and renovating to being out hiking with our dogs. And I would like to continue with this active lifestyle, so I need to take care of my body so it gets what it needs. And taking these vitamins is such an easy way to support your body. Thanks Ritual for sponsoring this portion of the video. Do yourself and your body a favor and start a new healthy habit. Ritual is right now offering a 25% discount on your first month. Simply scan the QR code here on screen or visit ritual.com/KalleFlodin25 to get started today. Now, when spring is here in full force, to say the least, all the birds are just flying around looking for nests, but I can see that most of my birdhouses, or actually all of them I think, by now, are completely filled up and fully booked for the spring and summer. So I've got some new birdhouses, 3 of them in total, so I've got to put them out so we have some more spots to offer. This next birdhouse is a bit more special and unique, to say the least. Ta-da! It has a metal roof. It has a little antenna for the TV inside. It has gutters. And I've had this for so many years. I can see here on the back, it's made in '97 by my best friend's dad. My best friend is called Jonas, and his dad used to make these as a kind of a hobby thing. We used to live in the same village when we grew up, and we just had it for this long. It's never been up for some reason, but now it's as good of a time as any, I guess. I feel like this would be kind of a good spot because we have the cabin here with the gutters and everything, with matching. And we have the red on this cabin as well, on the edges. So it feels like it's blending in quite well. It's so crazy. I just put this one up and there have already been several birds flying in and out of it, checking it out. So they must be very hungry for a new home. Now we're gonna go on a bit of a road trip, me, Christine and our son. It's our first trip together as a family, so we'll see how it goes, if he likes it or if he panics. We're going to what we in Sweden call trädgårdshandel, like a garden store where you get supplies, dirt, plants, and yeah, everything you need for your garden. And me and Christine both love to go to that place, and we get heavily inspired. And today we're gonna buy some new plants, strawberries, and some other fun things in front of the cabin.
Oj, 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 det var godt.
Now we have to empty the boxes in the form of we need to remove the shrubble, this, so we get to the ground and earth, so they have a straight connection to ground and nothing in between.
The only good thing being through a tough birth is that I can stand here and watch you work. And be like, I can't, I'm sorry.
I think that's an okay excuse, actually. You look smart.
Yeah, you do. Perfect, honey. Yeah? So cute. Little baby boy. Kalle say I can just put them in the ground, but we both know that that is not true. So how do you want this?
I want 2, 2, 2. So 6 in total.
Yeah, but don't you want to measure it?
I want to measure it, but I want to be that kind of relaxed person that doesn't measure anything.
Okay, and then I can just do like this.
Mm-hmm. It's so relaxing to do this video.
See, isn't that cozy?
Perfectly even. Oh, shit. Oh.
And that's not completely straight, älskling.
So every year in May, which we are in right now, there's this funny thing that happens, and it gets, depending on how you see it, it gets worse or better. Because 5 years ago, I think, I started seeing like frogs coming into the pond here behind us. It was like maybe 10 or 20 the first time, and then the next year it became like 30 and then 40 the next year. Now we're 5 years later, so now there's easily over 100 frogs here in the background. Just, I don't know how to express myself without getting like censored by YouTube, but they're having a cozy time together in the pond, and they're laying eggs. So very soon we're gonna have a lot of baby frogs, which is a good thing, because the more frogs the better in that sense, because they are eating the mosquito larva, and that's a very positive thing because we don't like mosquitoes. There's just a lot of frogs. Last night they kept me awake because they're quacking, is that a word? Like vibrating weird sound that they have. It's very loud when there are over 100 of them. So down here is the result of what you could call the frog party. Tons of eggs. I don't know if you understand how many there are, but quite a few. And they're like yellow. So these are gonna pop out in a few weeks, I think. This winter there was more snow than normal, and when there's so much snow leaning or hanging on the trees, they sometimes snap because it's too much weight on top of the branches or even the tree in total. So I have some cleaning up to do now when I can actually see the trees when the snow has melted and everything. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then also in the same time I'm gonna get some free firewood. Here you can see what I mean. Up there is a big pine tree. Here's a big birch tree that actually landed on top of the electricity cable here. So that electricity company had to come and cut it down actually, so it wouldn't harm the cable. And over here on the right side, there's a big tree that fell over here as well. So we have a lot to do. There's this old saying that goes something like that firewood keeps you warm 3 times. Once when you cut it down, which was now. A second time when you split it, and then the third time when you're actually starting the fire. Okay, now I'm gonna share something that is a bit embarrassing, if I have to be honest. It shows very much of who I am and how I'm working. You see this little tree back here? It's a pear tree that me and Christine bought 2 years ago. and it still haven't been planted. It's still right here. I'm gonna do that right now, but I want to explain why I haven't done it so far. It's because in my brain, which I've quite recently understood doesn't work like everyone else's brain, it's so much going on inside of my head. It's I have this inner dialogue constantly going. I learned quite recently that that's not for something that everyone has, but the way that shows is that when a project like a small little tree, if I can't find what I think is the perfect spot for it to be planted, it gets completely, totally overwhelming for me, and I can't start it. But when I do start something and I find the path forward, so to speak, I'm almost manic, if that makes sense. Like I can hyper focus on something. no problem whatsoever. But this I have procrastinated for a very, very long time. But now I think it's finally ready to go down. It blooms a bit every year, so it's not dead, which is quite surprising. So it must be thriving in this little black garbage bag. So I hope I'm not gonna kill it when I plant it, but let's see. Just have to show you this, I think it's a bit fun. This is where I'm digging. And here is still a bit of snow. Even though it's pure summertime. That's how fast we went from winter to summer. So here I have prepared a little dirt cocktail. And here we have ordinary dirt, of course, and then a bit of cow shit, and then mulch, some organic material. And over here, let's see here. The tree is right here. So I put it in a proper soak for quite a while now. So I have tons of water when it goes in the hole. There we have it, planted finally after 2 years. Hope it's gonna enjoy its time here. And this is the actual pear tree that we choose, if you're interested. And if you're wondering where it's actually standing on the property, tree right there, garden right there, tree right there, cabin right there. So I thought it could be a good place to, like, when you're going up and down from the cabin, you can grab a little snack in a few years. After all that work, I'm quite sweaty and honestly very smelly. So I thought I would reward myself with a bit of a swim, but not in the pond here at home and not in the lake down there. I'm thinking of actually going to a new place that I haven't checked out before, but I got it recommended to me to a guy also called Kalle. He was one of the guys drilling the well up here last week, and he lives only 10 minutes away, and he's like right next to my house. There's like this hidden gem. You should really check it out. So let's check it out. One thing that I really love to do is to explore new places around where you live, because you get so home blind, is that a word? You get so used to the spots you're living around, so you just go to the same spots all the time. So when you get a recommendation like this one, I think you should just go for it and just check it out, because there's so many hidden places that you don't know about. And who knows, this might be a new favorite spot. I think I'm getting closer because I can hear this kind of almost like a waterfall. Oh yeah, here it is. Wow. Wow. I don't know if you can even hear me, but yeah, my idea was to swim here. But I think the hatches at the dam way higher up is open. So no, I'm not gonna swim in this. But it's a really, really cool spot that I'm going back to when it's a bit calmer. I might be a risk taker, but I'm not that stupid. The current was so insanely strong, so yeah, it feels like a very easy way to die. So I think I will be back in a few weeks to check it out again, because Kalle that showed me the spot showed me a picture of it when it was a bit calmer, and that looked completely safe. So I just need the water to calm down a little bit, then I will revisit again.
Where should we put it?
So our plan now is to plant these guys. And they are called steppe salvia. There we go. No, there we go. There we go. So it kind of looks like lavender basically.
You know, I have a big dream. You know, I really want like flowers all the way over here. And then I want us to make space for big flower here. That could go up and up there.
Climbing.
Climbing. Does it make sense? Couldn't that be pretty?
It could be really pretty.
Like flower, flower, flower.
Flower, 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 flower. Okay, we'll start with these at least. And then we'll get a second one.
It's so funny with Nyla's little collection here.
I know. Looks like a graveyard.
Yeah. This is gonna be so pretty, Elstin.
I think so.
Yeah.
A little shower. Thank you so much for watching this video and also sticking around to the very end. I will see you guys next Sunday. Until then, I want you to take care and have a good day. And don't forget to head over to ritual.com/KalleFlodin25 to get 25% off your first month.